All right, and we are live and in living color. Welcome to another fantastic episode of This Week in Reselling, where we interview special guests each and every week from different walks of life in the reselling world. Here, we'll discuss the highs and lows of reselling and dive into great conversation. We are positive they're going to hear something that's going to help you become a better reseller. I'm your host, Ray. Now, I am not joined by my co-host Dustin because guys, today is a very special day. It's a special Vlogtober episode of This Week in Reselling on a Wednesday night, which I'm excited because we have here Grams and Pops Vintage, Teresa and Corey. How are you guys doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Doing good. How are things? How are you guys? Are you excited? Are you nervous?
No,
I know
not when you
not.
sit
Teresa's
in front of
not.
a camera.
No,
Not when you
Teresa's
sit in
not
front of a
nervous
camera.
at all. Yeah.
We're used to the camera, so we're good to go. But no, we weren't sure if it was going to be live or pre-recorded, so this is a happy.
We're live, baby. We're always live. Because the reason why I like to go live is because we get to interact with the good people in the chat, as you know. So it's a fun little dynamic that people can interact with. And the people that are listening to this on the audio side, come over to YouTube, subscribe, watch us live each and every Sunday night, and sometimes on Wednesdays. So, Teresa, Corey,
Yes.
for the people that may not know you, give us a little brief introduction of who Grams and Pop Vintage is, as Teresa looks at Corey.
Ladies
So,
first.
just like who, I know that you guys, if I'm not mistaken, you guys have only been reselling for like a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. Did I get
A little
that?
over a year.
A little over a year, which is, I think it's fantastic. But you guys are like gung ho. Like, you got like a huge warehouse and possibly like a second one that you allude to in your videos on YouTube.
We do. We
So-
have a big heat. Well, I don't know how big the one half. It's a 50 by 60 or something like 40 by
40
60 shop
40
that
by
we have
60.
half of it. That is our eBay shop.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we've got
What's in the other half?
roughly 40 by 40, 40 by 30. The other half has my tractors and stuff in it. And
We live out in the country,
Okay.
so we have to be prepared for winter.
The
Yep.
country of like where? Not
South
like
Dakota.
South
South
Dakota. Okay.
so we're not far off of snow season, and that tractor will come in real handy.
So the tractor, does it do like what? Explain to me what this tractor does. It cut grass? Does it plow? Like what all does this tractor do?
I mean, it would do any of those, but no, we have it primarily for moving dirt in the summertime and compost piles and stuff, and then during the wintertime, it's just a giant snowblower. So it's like an 8-foot snowblower that we have on it.
So what is like you like attach something to it and then just like blows out
Kind
snow?
of like you'd see on the big road graders. I don't know if you're from Tennessee, you probably don't see that.
We don't see a lot of snow. When we do, it's like we're like hunkered down. It's we
Yep.
don't go anywhere.
Looks just like one of the little snowblowers, just like 8 foot wide and 4 foot tall. It's a giant snowblower, so we could throw a lot of snow at once.
Do you ever like
because we need to?
have people pay you to get their
No,
snow like removed?
he doesn't
No?
like to do it himself, so he's not going to.
He's definitely not going to do it for other people. I hear that.
No, we're poor people. We're resellers, so my tractor doesn't have a cab, so I'm out there in the wintertime throwing snow in an open cab tractor, and that gets
Really?
chilly.
Yes, and he
Dang.
drives it backwards, so
Why is that?
because the snowblower's on the back of it, so you
Yep.
have to drive backwards to push the snowblower into the snow.
So are you just like looking behind you, or are you like turned
Yes.
around?
Nope, you have to. The seat don't turn or anything, and the controls are in front of you, so you got to look behind you and try and run the controls in front of you, and
That's
freeze
crazy.
at the same time. Have snow coming back in your face. Yeah, it's an experience.
And you have to clear off the snow because then you guys can't go anywhere, right?
Yeah,
Correct.
we've got about maybe an eighth of a mile of driveway. Plus we got the eBay shop that's, I don't know, there's maybe 100 foot of path we got to scoop out to get to the eBay shop, and we got to be able to get to the chickens. And so we scoop a lot of snow.
So you live like is it like a farm? Is it like the Grams and Pops like
Hobby farm.
complex?
Yeah, little 10-acre.
It's our own
complex.
compound.
I
We
like
have our
it.
own compound.
That's goals, especially for me. So I'm gonna have to, pick your brain
Oop.
about tractors when we get to that point.
Move to South Dakota. Land is way cheaper.
Oh,
If anybody
yeah.
wants to experience the snow blowing on an open tractor, hit me up during the wintertime. I will take any volunteers.
So are we going to see footage of that once it starts getting cold?
Oh,
I could record
You
it and put
strap
it on
the
Instagram.
GoPro on the tractor?
maybe. I hadn't thought of it last year because we were just getting going, but maybe this year.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's enough tractor talk for the day. So
Can you tell we're old?
dude, I love it. I love stuff like that. I love it.
Welcome to
I
the
love
Grams
it.
and Pops Tractor Talk.
I love it. Yeah, tractor talk. I like it. So
New channel
for the people that
idea.
may not know you, I kind of, alluded to you guys only like reselling for like a little bit for a year and a half. So what were you doing before that year and a half, and like how did you guys find reselling?
We were for the last 6 years we were drop shipping. Basically, we were buying expensive products like $1,000 and up products from manufacturers here in the States
On eBay?
and selling them.
No.
Just directly from the manufacturers, and we were drop shipping on our own website using Shopify as a platform.
Gotcha. Okay.
And we did that. Like I said, we did that for about 6 years, and then that big Wayfair versus South Dakota law came through, that big court case that
For sales tax?
Yeah, for the sales tax thing.
I don't know about that. Tell me.
Basically, Wayfair sued South Dakota, or South Dakota
Sued
and
Wayfair.
sued Wayfair to make them pay local state taxes when they made sales in South Dakota. So then it kind of spread out throughout the country, and now all the states are doing the same thing. And that made it really difficult for a small shop like we were to keep up on the administrative side. We would have had to almost hire a tax accountant in every state. So
I see what you're saying. So
it became impossible.
Depending on
to
where
manage.
you were selling something, you had to pay that individual. Okay, I see that.
Yep.
I see what
So,
you're
and
saying.
a lot of them have thresholds that say if you sell 200 orders or $100,000, then you had to start collecting tax in that state.
And we started
Gotcha.
passing a lot of those thresholds to where we would have had to file tax in a lot of different states.
Yeah, that sounds like it. Yeah, that sounds miserable.
Oh,
So how does eBay get past that?
They collect taxes for you. So
Yeah.
they collect and remit
Okay.
the taxes in any
Gotcha.
states that they need to.
eBay and
I was
Amazon
fixing to
do
say.
it for you. We were running our own eBay, so we had to do the administrative side of that. And
Got it.
for somebody our size, that just wasn't manageable anymore.
And then how did that transition into like, hey, let's go and sell on eBay?
We decided we were going to sell that business so that we didn't have to manage the tax side of it and get out of it while the getting was good. So we sold that business and we bought ourselves about a year and a half to figure out what we were going to do next. And we kind of eyed a couple different things, and we settled on giving the eBay thing a try. And I just started digesting as much YouTube content as we could.
So
And
you knew
we
you were
dove
going to
in.
sell on eBay. Well, you kind of were already doing it, but
In a way.
In a way, it's a lot different what we were doing than what we do now, but we didn't really know what we were going to do. We just knew we had about a year and a half to figure it out. So we actually I had an old 71 Dodge Charger that I was working on. Well, it'd been in storage for quite a while. And we sold that for seed money, so we didn't have to put any money into it. And we just took $1,000 and dumped it into starting eBay.
to sourcing.
Yep.
And then we sourced really horribly for about 900 of that.
No. What was the first really big like? Oh crap! I wish I wouldn't have bought that.
Don't
I
say
don't-
it.
What is it, Teresa?
He would say it was my Department 56. We bought
I
a
don't know.
lot of Department 56 that filled the back end of the pickup and over half of a 8x16 car trailer.
No, I don't regret buying that. It was a lot.
Was it like expensive? Because I feel
Well,
like
we
the
paid
department-
$900 for the whole thing.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yep. Walked away with 150 houses and probably about 80 different miniature people to go with it.
Yeah,
And no
I
love?
wouldn't consider that a bad buy, really. That one turned out pretty good. I don't like Department 56 because I don't like listing them,
Yeah.
but she does, so I don't mind buying those. We had a lot of little bad buys. We bought a
Yeah.
ton of little, like we bought a big electric soup bowl, like a porcelain soup bowl with the handle and the lid, and the whole thing was cracked and didn't pay attention to it. I mean, a lot of little dumb stuff like that. Just not knowing better. Stuff we saw on YouTube that we didn't realize we were watching videos from 2.5 years ago.
That's
and they
hilarious.
just weren't good
Yeah.
anymore.
That's the caveat of YouTube, right? It's like,
Yes. Watch
So-
current, not past.
yeah.
So
So you guys are you're doing the drop shipping thing. You found out, man, we're gonna have to do some taxes. You sell the business.
Mhm.
You start you go out there sourcing, and then you decide to start a YouTube channel. Where did that come into play? You're like, let's just do this.
a big part of our drop shipping business was the marketing side, which is really like when we did the drop shipping and people ask what we did, I don't really consider us as drop shippers so much as marketers at that time.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And we spent a ton of time just marketing. That was our primary role.
And what were you
I
doing?
wanted
Facebook
something.
ads, and I mean, were
We
you
did.
putting ads on the
Yeah,
we
paper?
did.
Like,
No, it was some Facebook ads, mostly
Google and Bing.
Google and Bing ads. I think at our peak, we were doing 10 to 15,000 a month in Google ads
wow.
for our own business. So we were doing
Yeah.
a ton of marketing, and I needed something. When I saw eBay, I was like, okay, I can put my stuff on eBay, but who's going to market it?
Mm-hmm.
So I figured maybe YouTube would be a good way to push extra sales to the store.
Uh-huh.
And it took me about 90 days before I figured out that was not a great idea. But by then I already liked it and it was fun.
It is fun. It's fun to watch for sure. The chemistry between you and Teresa is amazing.
That's what happens after 26 years of marriage.
Yeah. How did you guys meet?
Yeah.
Sorry. I just released all that information on
Did
the
you?
Poppin Fantastic podcast.
Oh, I didn't. I haven't seen it.
She
We-
stalked me.
No, we dated in high school for a year over
Uh-huh.
a summer, and then we lived probably 90 miles apart in different towns because I went to the town he lived in because my aunt lived there, so I'd go stay with her in the summer. And he broke up with me, and I kept
Corey.
hanging out with his sister. And so when I'd come to his house, he tells me not to tell everybody that he hid he hid in his room so I wouldn't know he was there. And
I
then
did.
I went off to the military, and in the middle of school, I got a hold of his number, called him, and said, "Hey, mind if I come visit for 2 weeks?" He said, "Sure."
Yeah.
What made you want to
That time
call
I
him?
was in
don't know.
North Carolina at that time. I think I was her booty call. That's what it was.
Yeah, right. It's like I'm over here in the military.
And I was
See,
I was
see
in
what
North
old
Carolina.
Corey's doing,
Yeah.
and the
I
rest
was in
was
North
history,
Carolina
right?
at the time, and
Yes.
we were there she visited and stayed for about a week and a half, and she was 2 weeks, and she was getting ready to leave to go to her permanent duty station on Fort
New
Drum,
York.
New York. And the day before she left, I asked her if she wanted to just make it official and get married,
Whoa.
and we did.
So we got married, and I flew out 3 hours later to my permanent duty station.
Wait, time out. So this goes from Corey breaking up with Teresa
Yep.
for like, well, how many months was that where you guys were dating in high school?
Not very long, couple
Probably
of months.
Couple
3,
months.
4, 5, maybe.
You kept hanging
Yeah,
out with
it
the
wasn't long.
sister. Corey's
Yep.
over there hiding in the closet. And then you're going off to the military, and you're like, hey, let's call Corey. And then you come visit for 2 weeks. Was it just like love at first sight? And you were like, let's get
No,
married?
I kind of
23
run my business that way too. I make decisions pretty quick, and then I
Yes.
just live with them.
23
So
years
I'm
later,
living
right?
with it.
20. It will be 28.
20, yeah, it'll be 28.
28 in March.
Wow. So what'd you say, Teresa, when this crazy closet guy comes out and asks you to marry you?
I said, sure, why not?
Why not? Well, there you go,
Yeah.
guys.
I
Why
made
not?
him call my dad and tell my dad, though. So,
Oh, yeah, I bet. How'd that go over?
my dad's
It
pretty
didn't-
laid
It
back.
didn't go too bad at all. Actually, I didn't call her dad until she was pregnant with our first kid, and then
Oh
the
my
call
gosh.
was basically, "Hey, hey, Bruce, I knocked up your daughter, and by the way, I'm Corey, and we're married."
That's wild. That's why I always like to ask that story or ask that question, because you just never know how people meet.
We do things a little different around here, I guess.
Did you guys always grow up in South Dakota, or is that
Born and raised.
Since fourth grade, yeah.
I was born and raised in South Dakota.
And you said you lived in North Carolina for a little bit, Corey?
Yeah. Yep. I moved over there after high school and kind of lived over there with my older brother for about 2 years. Yeah.
You like it out there?
No.
Not when you live where he lived. He lived right next to Camp Lejeune, so right next to the military base, the Marine Corps base.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of warm weather states in general. I mean, the cold, when it hits 40 below here, it keeps a lot of crazy people out, and it keeps the right kind of crazy in. And that's
interesting.
I like it here because nobody's getting mugged out at 40 degrees.
No,
zero here.
no.
I mean, it's just
got that
it's
right.
a much
I've never thought
friendlier
about
state.
that. Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Jill.
Okay.
I'm
So
sorry. I'm reading the comments.
no,
as we're going
let's
down and I'm
touch base with
dying.
the chat. Let's say hi to the chat, because I know this conversation is going. It's fixing to go off the rails. I can already feel it. So we have Larry's here. The eclectic element. How's it going? Good to see you. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Excited to have something to listen to while I post. Thank you so much for coming on. We have Sue is in the building, and we have Stefan. And then we have Jill here. We have Kristen. Kristen, you need to be hanging out with all the other people at Boss Reseller Remix.
Yeah.
Don't come in here. Go hang out with your friends. So, Ray, you will not like it. LOL. What, South Dakota?
Yeah, scooping snow.
Oh no, I'm not scooping snow for sure. This sounds like my parents and their hobbies, homestead/farm in Wisconsin. Interesting.
Yeah.
So it says, did that in Minnesota and Wisconsin when I lived here. We have Romans in the building. Hello, I promise I won't stay. Hasta la vista. You can stay, Roman.
Hasta la vista, Roman.
Hasta la vista. That's Teresa's tagline.
It is. I don't even know where it came from.
I love it. If I moved to South Dakota, reselling as we all know it would be over. So
you gotta go to garage sales, Roman, and give the bins up if you move here.
There you go. Over the years, hello, 3 of my favorite people. Good to see you, Tim. Glad you can say that. And oh man, I still bring home broken things. Oh, I know, right?
So do I.
And let's see here. Brave people in South Dakota, garage sales and negative 100-degree weather. So, but thank you all so much in the chat for coming on. We do appreciate each and every one of you guys. But what were you saying, Corey? Sorry,
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was dying.
No, you're fine. You're fine. But yeah. So eBay, you're like, let's just give this eBay thing a shot, and you're doing this full time. And then for a lot of people that don't know, you also run a axe throwing and escape room.
Yep.
Yeah. When we sold our other business, we wanted to put some of the money into something as a savings account, but we didn't want it to be with a bank. So we knew we were going to do we were going to buy some kind of real estate in town where we live. And there's an old it's an 1856?
1897.
1897. Okay, I'm off on the date. 1897 building on the main street. It's huge. It's 3 levels and it's huge and it's in decent shape. So we figured if we could put a business in it that would pay all the utilities and expenses and taxes, it would be a good way to keep our money tied up in something other than a bank. So
real
we bought
estate,
that
basically on Main Street. Yeah.
And it does. The axe throwing business actually pays for that building 100%, and still pays us, I don't know, a couple grand a month in profit, which even after employees and stuff, and we weren't expecting it to do that. So it is kind of our little side gig in town.
Plus, I need social interaction. So to sit on eBay and list on eBay and only have him to socially interact with is, it's not that fun all the time. So I like to talk to people, even though I don't seem like it, but I do.
I like talking to people in much more moderation. Like the garage sales during the summer, and then it cuts off after like 3 months. So I can hibernate through the winter. That's my.
You can go hide in the closet for 3 months. Right?
Yes. Well, good things happen when I hide in closets, apparently.
That's right. There you go. So axe throwing And then the escape room still in the same building as well?
Yep.
Yeah.
The axe throwing is in the back of the building, and we have 2 escape rooms on the main floor, and then we have one with a second one that's coming in the basement. So we'll have 4.
So the building has the basement, and then the main floor, and then an upstairs, and it's 6,600 square feet per level. So we had tons of room, and they're like 14-foot ceilings. So we figured axe throwing wouldn't be an issue. We got 5 lanes of axe throwing in there.
What made you want to pick axe throwing in escape rooms and not like a
axe throwing
like a
is
bar
just,
or a restaurant or something like that?
We're not drinkers, and I want nothing to do with food.
I can't take drunk people. Like I hate drunk people.
But we serve alcohol to people who
I
throw
figured,
axes, so.
I know, right? I know the one time I went axe throwing, they had alcohol, like a little bar there, and I'm just like,
we do.
I don't think this is a good idea.
We serve beer only.
Yeah, we have a cap.
And our insurance, we limit 2 per hour you're there. So if you're there for a half hour of axe throwing, you get 1 beer while you're there. That's it. Then you're done.
I was drinking beer while I was throwing axes, and it was fun. So I'm sure it's not anything like, I guess, throwing like darts or something, because that could be just as dangerous, like at a bar.
Well, we have
not with plastic tipped. Not with plastic tip.
Oh, that's true. The ones I throw are, steel tips, but
I've had one of them plastic tip darts actually stuck in me before. Them suckers
really
hurt. Yeah. They'll stick in you.
So
and they hurt.
Axe throwing, the escape room, what are the themes?
We have Escape the 80s. Yep. So you are set back in a teenage girl's bedroom in the 80s, and you have to find a transponder to get back to current time. So kind of like Back to the Future.
Picker's Paradise in there. It's a full 80s room.
I've got all kinds of 80s stuff in there. And then we have Hacked, which is our bomb themed room. Yep. You have to disarm a bomb. And then I'm currently still running my Christmas room, which is called Grounded, that you have to help Santa find magic reindeer food.
We also had Claustrophobia, which was a room that had no lights in the room.
Nope.
You start out locked in a shipping crate.
4x8x8 shipping crate.
And there's no lights in the whole room, and you have to play the room in the dark and get out before the killer comes back type thing.
You get a flashlight that you have to find in the first room.
It's a very dull flashlight.
It's a red light flashlight, so it makes it even harder to see.
Sheesh.
We actually really liked escape rooms. We started doing escape rooms with our kids quite a while ago, so we kind of had an idea if we were going to do a business in a building, it would probably be escape rooms. Yeah. The axe throwing was just a good kind of add-on upsell that they could do after the escape rooms. It was a good way to fill in the rest of the building.
It's like, we're still here. We got another hour. Let's throw some axes.
Yep.
Right.
That's exactly right. Yep.
Yeah. That's great.
Have you ever done one?
I've done one escape room, and I thought it was really. We did, but it was hard. It was like math, and I'm like, I don't know. It was like math, and it was like history.
No, that's the one thing with ours is we make sure that everything you need to know about it. So, like specifically the 80s room, I'm a 70s kid, so I know enough about the 80s. But when you get these teenagers, and we live in a college town, and the college kids don't know nothing about the 80s. But everything you need to know is in the room, so you don't have to know.
You want to watch something funny? Watch a college kid from today try and run an analog radio.
Oh,
that's funny.
Wow.
We have one in one of our rooms.
That's funny. That is funny. I never even thought about that.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. We need like a tour. Yeah, we need a tour.
We could do it.
Come on down. I'll lock you in a room. I like locking people in a room.
You need to have like a Area 51 one.
They had one in a town close to us, so
you need to have a reseller room where you got to get the prices right in order to
get That's right. That's funny. That's funny. That's in the Grams and Pops compound though, right? The reseller
right.
Yeah.
So. You have to come and guess prices and list products for us.
You have to list at least 10 products to get the key.
That's funny. So you're doing that on the weekends, which sounds like a blast. And then you're reselling. How do you find time to do everything? And you have a family, right?
We do.
Most of ours are moved out. Yeah.
All of our kids are moved out. We don't have any at home anymore.
Most of ours. All but the dogs are moved out.
So they're all moved out. 2 of them are married. 2 of them have kids now. So we have 2 who are actually Grams and Pops.
Thus the Grams and Pops.
Yep. I don't know. we
got it kind of down to a schedule now where Thursday's our sourcing day. We source one day a week.
Just one day.
One day. That's all we've ever, from the very beginning. It's one day.
Unless it's special and it's a citywide garage sale, then we will go
a few
on Friday.
Yeah, there's a few one-offs we do, but for the most part, our weekends are taken, so we have to kind of get it done Thursdays. And then Mondays are recording days, and Tuesday, Wednesday is just listing days.
Yep.
So we've got a pretty good routine down with it.
Yeah, it sounds like it for sure. So
and that helps. That definitely helps.
And who edits all the videos? Do you do it, Corey? Or you guys do it together?
Yeah.
No, I don't want any.
She doesn't want anything to do with the videos.
No.
She doesn't mind being in them. Like, she has fun when we're doing them.
Yeah, no. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're great. They're great. I see nothing but great things from your channel because it's funny. It's good stuff. I like it.
The channel is a complete accident and a train wreck, but we're having fun with it, so we'll keep doing it as long as we are.
There you go. All right, guys. So let's move on. We're going to go through our first segment of the show, and that's overrated, underrated. Where I'm going to ask you 10 different subjects or items, and you're going to let me know if they're overrated or underrated, 5 being reselling and related and 5 not being reselling related. Okay. Just kind of get you know you a little better. Okay? So before we do get into that, we do want to give a shout out to the sponsor of the podcast, and that's our good friends over at My Reseller Genie, the best place for the accounting and analytics solutions for all resellers. I don't know if you guys are using, you probably have an accountant and stuff like that.
I married an accountant.
There you go. So there you go. It helps. It helps a lot. So, all right, first one up, guys. Overrated, underrated. Thrift stores. How are the thrift stores in South Dakota?
That one's a tough one. I would say they're rated.
They're rated.
No,
it depends. It depends. It is because I would
say they're underrated for me because if we want to explore a new category, a thrift store is a great place to do it around here. And there's always something. If you're buying something you haven't seen on YouTube already, you're usually doing pretty good in our thrift stores.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
Now,
I know Teresa was talking about on your recent episode about when garage sales shut down, it's thrift store season. So are you guys going to, source through the winter at thrift stores, or what does that look like?
We do. We don't go gung-ho like we do in the summer. So we do a lot of garage sales in the summer, and we have a huge, huge death pile right now, or money pile, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
So we just do it just to stay. I guess for me, I like to shop, but I like to shop at a discount. So to go at least one day a week to go do it.
It is nice to get out of the eBay shop every now and then. Mm-hmm. So we source more for that during the wintertime. But we will, if our stash starts getting low, we'll get a little more active about it. We'll do a couple good thrift store runs through the winter here. And then I guess if we get low enough, we'll hit a storage
units.
You guys do a lot of storage units?
We did one, and that's only because I stomped my feet because I really, really. I didn't even care what was in it at that point.
You just wanted to experience it.
Yes, that was it. And we did really good.
We're still selling it.
We're still selling it. There's not a whole lot left from the storage unit. At least I don't think there is. But
I think we paid made
$600, and I'm pretty sure we're up almost over $3,000 for what we've sold.
Oh, that's awesome!
Yeah.
You got
but it's a ton of they're a ton of work. Like if you've done storage units, haven't you?
No, I haven't done any. I've just wanted to purchase stuff from people in storage units. The only thing that is holding me back from purchasing storage units is the time frame to where you have to get everything out of the storage unit. Like once it's bought.
Yeah. There are some that are pretty, like some of the ones we've watched, because there's like 4 different websites that I watch for storage units, but there's one that they have a strict 3 days from the date the sale ends.
Exactly.
You have 3 days,
which is better in my opinion. We've had stuff stolen out of storage units enough at this point that I would never want to leave anything in a storage unit more than 24 hours anyway. Just because we've lost a significant amount of money out of storage units that we were renting. These storage places can be pretty shady.
Oh, I bet.
Well, the one storage unit we did buy from the guy, I mean, they sell them all the time. And so the guy was really nice. He's like, just give us your deposit. You know, if it takes you longer than 3 days, just let me know. And
got it.
We'll deal with it.
See, I think it's here it's like 2 days. And they're usually always in like shady parts of town. Because, I mean, of course, the people that need storage are usually don't have a big place. And so they
kind of rent a U-Haul and
do
it all at once.
There's a lot of resellers that have storage.
Well, I'm saying like, you know, like here, because we're like basically in the city. So like all the storage units are like in not the greatest places that they need to be. And so it's like they give us like 2 days to get everything out. And I'm like, man, I got to find the time to get everything and then figure out where I'm going to put it.
The worst part about the storage units is exactly that. It's probably a good half of the unit is actual garbage that you can't even redonate anywhere. It's like peed on mattresses and dressers that are falling apart and stuff. And you got to have a place to go with that or something to do with it.
Exactly. Dispose.
We just pile it up in the middle of the acreage and light it on fire with a can of diesel and it's gone.
That's what he did with the mattresses and the box spring that was in there.
Got that right. What about like the metal in the
He just went through and raked it all up and then dumped it in our dumpster.
Yeah, I also have like a roller magnet that I can go over and make sure everything's up. So
that's cool.
We do a lot of burning here, but we're in a place where we can get away with burning pretty much whatever we want.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome. We have Beard King Picker who just jumped in. Good to see you. Glad that you can stop by.
Yeah, Alex.
So all right. How close are I have so many questions about South Dakota. So I'm in my brain, I'm thinking of like, you know, downtown where it's like the main road and then you have like all the businesses, you know, like all those, like there's a post office and maybe like a movie theater and like a
4 bars.
Shop. And you said it's a college town? Is what college is?
So
DSU,
Dakota State University. Yeah. So I tell people we live in a college town, but it is not a normal college town.
It's an esports college town. No. That's their big athletes around here. Is the
what is it the Buffaloes? Football. What is their mascot?
They are the Dakota State Trojans.
The Trojans, okay.
But it's a computer-based school, so they do a lot of like degrees for cybersecurity and computer security and stuff like that. So they don't party; they just geek out in their rooms till they stink from playing video games.
And then they they're like, let's do something fun. Let's go to an escape room because they're nerdy and they like to.
And then we have to go spray the
actually,
room
most of them wait till parents' night to come. And drag their parents drag them to the axe throwing. Otherwise, they're just tucked away in their room playing D&D.
That's hilarious. I love it. And so the thrift stores, are they like scattered all throughout the town, or are they like in the middle, like of town?
No, in our town, we only have 2.
Well, we have one thrift store, and then we have what claims to be like an antique store / thrift store. But they have booths and stuff, so we only have one here in town.
Yeah, when we do our thrift run, we have to, like, everywhere is a drive around here. When we go garage sailing, it's 45 minutes one way to get to the town where we can do it. Like, so when we do thrift stores, we'll make a big circle and hit all the little towns, and then the big town has 3 or 4. And it's usually a couple 100-mile round trip.
Sheesh. That's crazy. The Nerdy Picker says, hey, I have a storage. My inventory took over my house, so I had to put my personal stuff somewhere. LOL, I live in a nice neighborhood. That's not always the case. You know, in the city, usually it's like that. So
I can't, we're so fortunate with our space, with the room we have. If we didn't have the room we had, I can't imagine doing this out of like a smaller house or an apartment. I don't know how some of these resellers do it.
I mean, I have a garage, and my wife is like,
yeah, I can imagine.
You need to sell this crap because I cannot, like, you know, we have like all of our Christmas decorations in there in totes, and she's like, I'm trying to get into these Christmas decorations, and I'm like tripping over these Guitar Hero guitars. You need to like get rid of these.
You need to build yourself a shed.
Well, you've got the office now, don't you? You guys rented a place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're working on doing that or figuring that out.
Yeah, we've got the 40 by 40 shop that we're in, and it's stuffed. Like what you see in the videos is us. We put those shelves up just to hide stuff.
That's to hide our death pile.
The mountain was growing behind us.
I want to see it. We all need to see. We need a tour.
We'll do a tour if we can get back there.
You.
We'll do a
That's
quick
funny.
Instagram.
Yeah. We need a tour. I want to see a tour for sure. I want to see
it's
a
pretty
tour of
bad back there.
the escape room and your warehouse.
I
We
I
could do-
might be able.
And then
to
we
give
need
you
to,
a
then you need to
sneak
sell
peek.
shelves. What's that?
I might
So-
be able to give you a sneak peek of the escape
Ooh,
rooms because
okay.
we don't typically
Really?
let people
Okay.
see them before they go in.
Yeah, that's probably a smart thing. Just little teasers. So.
Yep.
If you would like to, and you want to see somewhat of our escape rooms, just one quick plug: we have a TikTok for our escape room.
Ooh, what's it called?
Unlock Madison.
Unlock Madison. Well, there you go,
Yep.
guys. It's not in your link tree, is it?
No.
No. Okay. All right. The
They
link
have-
tree is posted in the description of this video. So.
Excellent. Yeah,
but,
the Unlock Madison was our first experience with TikTok
Mhm.
ever, and the very first TikTok we posted now has like 3 million views.
That's amazing.
And then we started getting yelled at for posting people on TikTok, so we stopped doing it.
Some lady tried
without
on-
their permission or something like that.
Well, they signed a waiver that gives us the permission to use it for marketing,
oh,
Yeah.
but some people still don't like it, so we just quit
oh,
doing it.
people on TikTok are morons.
Yeah.
People.
Oh
that,
yeah, we figured that out.
yeah, yeah. If I don't get a
We're
That's
on
comment,
it.
horrible.
if I don't
I'm
get
not on
one
it.
person yelling at me on TikTok a day, then I'm doing something wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. It's that is like.
So far,
Garbage.
YouTube hasn't been that experience.
Mm-mm.
It's been pretty. I mean, we've had just a couple negative replies, but most of YouTube experience so far has been super positive.
That's
so
great. That's great.
Maybe people don't like yelling at geriatric old folks.
Speak for yourself.
Well, your grams and pops. Who wants to yell at
That's right.
grams and pops? You know.
It's not
So
nice.
let's see here. Arkin is saying, "LOL, I have 1,200 listings and all my inventory is in a 10x6 room,
That's
and
crazy.
it's not all smalls. That's crazy.
Somebody's
That is
way
crazy.
more organized.
Yeah.
I need
Yeah.
him to come organize our shop.
Oh, I know, right? All right, number 2, overrated, underrated, the Reseller Clickbait Podcast.
Underrated.
Overrated.
Shut up.
Overrated. tell us, Teresa. I wanted
No.
to hear that conversation when Corey said, "Hey, Teresa, I'm going to be the third member of the Reseller Clickbait podcast."
Have at it.
Yeah,
As
that
long
was
as it doesn't affect me and you do it when it doesn't, when it's not on my time, I don't care.
Yeah, I think the only thing that ever gets said about that is if I talk about the Reseller Clickbait podcast is okay. What about our channel?
Yep.
So as long as Grams and Pop stays cooking,
But
That's
then
right.
he always says, well, the show did this. And I'm like, okay, what show? My show or your show?
it's my show, your show.
It's Teresa's show.
If we
We
get
know whose
divorced,
show
she
it
keeps
is.
Grams and Pops, and I
We
get
do
the
know.
Reseller Clickbait, I guess.
There you go. Hey, Roman says it's the number 1 podcast in my book.
Thank you, Roman.
There you go.
Jill, underrated.
Underrated. Mine too, Roman. See, there you go. Jill has. There's reasons for that,
Yeah, I know.
Both of our fans are in here.
right? Moving on. Next, this is a good one. Antique booths, overrated or underrated?
Overrated.
Antique booths?
I don't know. When you go, for me, antique booths, I'd say are overrated because.
What about
for a
renting
picker-
one?
No, that's
No?
no.
Like none at all.
I'm
Why do you
gonna
think-
say underrated, but only for the furniture aspect? I think it would open a lot of categories if we had a big enough booth to put old furniture in.
Okay.
That's how I would use it. I wouldn't do like the glass trinkets and bottles and typical antiques.
I don't understand the reasoning when like reseller says like antique booths, like this sold in my antique booth. I don't understand putting something and renting a space out each and every month, and then the build you're paying for the space and you're paying commission on an item.
Yep.
It doesn't make any sense to me when you can just put it on the internet and have millions of people see it.
Well,
like I do
I do see
behind
some of
that.
it because there are some people who are scared to death to ship
Yep.
glass.
I was
So
gonna
my
say that's
I see.
it.
Okay.
Yep. So I was gonna say now my sister, she got the bug. She got the eBay bug.
Yeah.
So she started collecting a whole bunch of glass. She's into the whole glass stuff. And so I just taught her how to list her first item on eBay. but she's scared to death to ship it because it's glass. So she is looking
I don't
at
think
doing
I've
a-
ever shipped anything glass.
Really?
Especially like the designer,
mind it.
well, like mugs and dishes and stuff, but not like the Murano with the, you know, the blown glass, like all that. I've never, you know, but I don't
glass.
source it either.
We've done quite a bit of glass. I don't mind shipping glass. The only one thing we've ever had really damaged or broken was something that the post office had to play soccer with it. I mean, it was horrible. Because we wrapped this thing like Fort Knox.
Styrofoam bubble wrap.
And it was
And
double
it still
boxed,
broke?
and it had like 6 inches of padding. It was a giant glass peacock. It was huge.
It was a lamp.
But yeah, peacock lamp, and they smashed the box to pieces. Like, I don't know what they had to run it with a forklift or something. But mostly glass is fine.
No, I'm a glass person, so I don't know. For me to go into a antique booth and see, you know, I don't ever know what I'm looking for. So to go in there, I don't like to just walk around and say, "Oh, I should probably buy this."
Yeah,
I'd rather go surf.
I used to enjoy those booths. I enjoy the booths as a customer, being able to go walk through an antique store. Those are always kind of fun. But now that we're resellers and you see the pricing, it just ruined it for us. Like, I don't even want to walk through it anymore. I'm like, I hate that guy. He's too high.
That's funny. Let's see here. Element is saying I shipped a pair of Murano glass candlesticks that were the scariest things I've ever shipped. Yeah. I can imagine. Nerdy Picker is saying Instapack for Bubble Boy is amazing for glass pieces. I've never used any of those.
That's the expanding stuff, right?
I think so.
I think that's what that is.
Yeah. That sounds cool. I'll have to try some of that.
I'd like to try it once.
Yeah. I wonder how that works. I'm interested.
Yeah. It's like that. It's like that expandifoam stuff you just spray out, but it's just in a bag and you crack it and it just.
Yeah, exactly. Just a bunch of chemicals in there.
That'd be kind of cool.
All right, number 4, haunted houses, overrated or underrated?
Overrated.
I feel like you guys are some haunted houses kind of people.
Corey's not a big haunted house, but my daughter and I go to them.
Yeah.
Well, we try to.
I think I would really enjoy a haunted house if they take the real people out of it.
Art.
Is it finally real guest on the show? Yeah.
Thanks, Art.
No, I don't mind it. I like haunted houses. I just don't like the ones that they let people touch you.
Yeah, if you got people grabbing you and stuff, I don't like those.
Nope.
I don't like people grabbing me and without being in a haunted house anyways.
Nope, not at all. That's what I mean. I think I would like them if it wasn't for that.
Gotcha.
You always got some 19-year-old kid playing.
That's why we don't do escape rooms either that have like live people in. I don't like escape rooms that have live people in them.
I feel like you would be good at having a haunted house as a business.
Yeah, we
probably
we talked about doing it a couple of times in one whole part of our building, but there's so much, like, you'd have to dedicate a lot of your time to do that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
That's a ton of work.
Ton of work. I've never made it through a haunted house. I'm terrified.
Like you tried and you had to run back the other way?
Like I've had to like find employees and be like, get me out of here.
Really?
I cannot do this.
She's probably going to kill me for saying this, but one of my kids, I won't say which one for sure. But
your daughter?
She actually, but I have two. I have
okay.
I have two. But she,
balloons? Who did that? What is that?
She actually has to wear like Depends when we go through stuff like that because she's gone through and gotten so scared that she's peed her pants before.
Oh,
this is true.
I can't do it, man. It terrifies me. It absolutely terrifies me. I haven't been to a haunted house in forever. Jill is saying they make the Shawshank prison does a fantastic blood prison, costs extra for people to touch package. Why would you pay for that?
It always costs extra for the touch package, Jill.
Corey.
That's crazy. Yeah, haunted houses are not for me. All right, moving on. Number 5, Mercari, overrated, underrated. Do you guys sell on Mercari at all?
We have.
So we use Mercari as our we can't sell this on eBay site.
Just like every other smart reseller. Yeah.
Yep. We had our first thing. I tried to list it on eBay, which was, what did I call? Oh, they're called Sky Dancers. They're from like the 80s, late 80s. That
You can't sell those on eBay?
No,
No.
they've been recalled, so you can't sell them on eBay. So because
poke somebody's
they
eye
get
out?
people's hair, and they poke people. Yeah, they poke people's eyes out, and they can catch fire when they get in your fireplace.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just not safe for kids apparently. So we sold them on the black market.
But neither are jarts. But I own a set of those too. So
yeah,
I don't know if it's. I don't know. Do you know anybody that grew Macari the size like an eBay seller could grow eBay? I don't think I've ever heard of like a massive Macari seller.
Dude, I don't even understand how to buy stuff on Macari. Like you look for the listing and it's like, why are you showing me things that already sold? Like, it's like, does that make any sense?
I don't get it at all. It's something that
I have bought.
If I heard of somebody doing really well, I'd give it a look. I've never heard of like a massive Macari seller.
No.
We're looking for like a full household income replacement, and that ain't Macari.
No.
Is this true, Beard King? I'm a full-time Macari seller. I don't know if you're being facetious or is that like a
How much
true
do you
statement?
Sell on Macari every day?
It's like I sell $200,000 a year on Macari.
Now you'd have my attention if that was true.
Exactly.
And we need to talk.
I agree.
Yeah.
Macari's hit or miss because I had two Sky Dancers listed on there. One sold right away. Okay,
Where
who
are
keeps
these
doing
coming
balloons?
It's got to be on your end because
I don't see it.
It's got to be on your end.
It's not. There's nothing.
Because I'm not doing anything unless it's like a new YouTube thing.
Think it's our birthday or something?
I don't know.
But yeah, I have two of them listed and one sold right away, and now one is still sitting with like 3 likes and 90 people who viewed it. So.
Overrated. I think that's the ruling. Overrated.
Overrated. There you go. What is I know there was like a boy version of Sky Dancers. Was it like a dragon? Do you remember this?
I don't remember.
Now you're gonna have to make me do my thing.
What's your thing?
I have to Google it.
Yeah, she can't.
I'm Googling it right now. Boy Sky Dancer toy. I swear there was one because you know how they would make a boy version of something? Yeah, it's a dragon. I'll bring it up.
Dragonflies.
Yep.
But that was from they re-released it in 2005.
There it is.
See? Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the same one I just pulled up. Oh, that's cool.
I kind of want one now.
So instead of the whatever the dancer,
the one down there.
Yeah.
Dragonflies.
See,
look at that.
We came on here and learned some stuff.
I did.
I've
never ever in my life seen one of those. I didn't even know that was a thing.
No, because I remember, like the specific commercials you would see, like Scott. You would be watching X-Men, and it would be like these dragon things. They're like, oh, those are like Sky Dancers, and I would see those when my sisters would be watching like Sailor Moon or something. So the commercials like cater to whoever is watching whatever. Yep. So I'm like, I remember something having to do with like a dragon.
I didn't know those.
Now we're gonna keep our eyes out. Those can't be super popular. There can't be a ton of them around.
What'd you say they were called, Teresa?
Dragonflies. FLYZ.
Let's see here. FLYZ.
Z. Yep.
Made by Galoop.
Yep.
What are Sky Dancers? How much are they going for usually on Macari?
The one I sold was $40.
Yeah.
$40
without the base.
Okay.
Yep, without the base. It was just the dancer.
Yeah.
So okay.
Probably 60 with the base.
Well, this one, 1995 Galoop with the base, sold for $22. They look like they don't sell. Oh, that makes sense because you can purchase the little figures differently or different figures. $44, but it was in package. $26. So it looks like
those not recalled.
Maybe they're
like
newer.
It wouldn't even let me list it on eBay.
No, it threw a warning when we were trying to list.
Interesting. Look at this. This is like the full dragon.
Ooh, he's cool.
Yeah.
$60. Well, $60 with an offer.
I think that's one you just pick up and put on the shelf because they're not worth too much, are they?
It did say that they brought them back out in 2005 with an adapted design. So I'm guessing
that's still like 30 years ago.
2005?
Yeah, or 20 years ago.
Yeah, almost 20 years ago.
Yeah, which is crazy. Yeah. let's see here. Living the dream. Let's see here. I sell 10 items a month, but I live in a double wide cardboard. Okay. All right. Just clarifying that. So let's see here. Well, yeah, it's right out the side of the box. Just short walk to the. Okay.
It's the bathroom. He was asking about the bathroom.
The bathroom. Okay. Next one up. Overrated, underrated. The Roman Empire.
I'm not a history person.
Underrated.
That's his.
Underrated.
You ever seen? Have you guys seen those TikToks where like you ask a random male, like a man, how often they think about the Roman Empire?
I've seen that. I did.
And they're like, I think about it at least twice a week. And you're like, what? How often do you think of the Roman Empire, Corey?
Never.
At least once a week.
Seriously?
Got to.
I don't ever think about it.
It's weird, right?
It is weird. I don't know.
It's weird. Men think about the Roman Empire quite often. Gladiators.
I watched one TikTok of a girl that was doing the opposite of like, what's the Roman Empire for if you were to ask a girl, but it's not the Roman Empire. But I can't remember what she said.
I'm curious to know what it is now.
No, I'm curious. Not curious enough to download TikTok.
Yeah, Beard King says my wife asked me the same thing. So how often, Beard King? Let me know.
Alex, at least twice a week.
At least, that's what I'm saying. At least twice a week.
Sorry.
At least twice a week. All right, moving on. Number 7, fourth quarter, overrated or underrated?
Overrated.
If
you're a good reseller, you do good all throughout the year.
Ooh.
I suppose it depends on what you're selling. If I was a new toy seller,
yeah,
it would be underrated. Like that's a big time for you then. But for us, overrated.
My brain gets to thinking. You guys were doing your own thing, and then you went to eBay. Did you guys consider maybe selling on Amazon at all, like FBM or FBA?
That was part of the stuff we did. We have old business partners that's all they do is FBA. That's all they've ever done. And like big FBA accounts, they have container loads coming over.
Yeah.
And it's just not something like I've dug so deep into that business model. It's just not a business model I would ever put my money in.
Okay.
I didn't
I'm
like the business model itself because Amazon has the keys to the car always.
Yeah.
They can always shut your business down. You don't even own the customers in that business model. You can't even email your own customers. I mean, even eBay has a way for you to reach out and do some email marketing.
But some people like that. They're like, I don't want to deal with any of it. I just want to sell.
Yeah, some people like having jobs too. I like having customers.
That's true.
That's the business.
Yeah, that is true. Ken finally made it in here. Good to see you, Ken. Glad you can stop by.
Start the show over? No. Yeah. Don't be late.
Let's do it. We haven't done anything yet anyway.
Exactly. Number 8, dressing up for Halloween, overrated, underrated?
I'm overrated with that one.
Do you guys do couple dress up?
No.
Like, are you Fred and Wilma? Like
we don't typically dress up.
Romeo and Juliet?
No, we dress up as Grams and Pops 24/7.
24/7.
The first time I dressed up in a long time was probably 2 years ago. When they do a trick or treat on the main road in the town that we live in, where our business is on, and so they shut down the roads and they let kids trick or treat from business to business to business, so they don't necessarily have to go out throughout the town. So I dressed up as a chicken, an inflatable chicken.
I think we will probably for the first time start dressing up for Halloween more often because we have grandkids.
Yep.
I think once they're old enough to know what's going on, we'll start dressing up for Halloween for them. But
that is fun.
Never really traditionally since we've been married have we ever really done much for Halloween other than shut the lights off on the front porch and tell the kids to run away.
That's you.
Do you not live out in the country?
We didn't used to.
No, we used to live in town.
Yeah, we've only been here about 4 years.
Oh, I bet that was I bet your town was all spooked up too. Like everyone.
No, we lived in the
biggest
town to us was Sioux Falls, which is one of the two big towns in South Dakota. And so we were in like a, what do they call it? A bedroom community or
bedroom
whatever
community.
it's called. I can't think of what
Yeah,
it's
it's like a
called.
suburb.
A suburb of Sioux Falls.
Okay.
It's not really a town of its own, but it's got its own town name type thing.
Yes.
It's a suburb.
Okay. But I bet you have some pretty cool costumes running through there. I just imagine like old timey movies with like kids running around everywhere, ghouls and goblins.
No, because
A lot of children of the corn around here.
Yeah.
my son was just telling me about the costume that they were going to do for their family costume for Halloween, and I told him I wouldn't go trick or treating with them if they did it. So
what was it?
What was it?
He doesn't even know. It was so my granddaughter is 3 months old, and so they were going to dress her up as a baby shark.
Okay.
And then my son was going to dress up like a lifesaver or a lifeguard. And my daughter-in-law, for anybody that wants PG, I'm not PG, just so you know. I'm going to warn you in
clearly
advance.
not.
Well, they were going to do red teeth marks on my daughter-in-law's tatas.
Oh.
So that it was... Yeah.
So
I'm like, I'm not
because
going...
the shark is biting the tatas.
Yep.
Yeah.
And my son is a lifesaver, and he's got to save them both. So I'm not.
You're like, nope.
I
can't do this.
Just a disclaimer: we didn't raise incredibly intelligent children. Like
Baby Shark. That's a reach, though. They're like, well, what can we do? Because the kid likes Baby Shark. And my niece likes Baby Shark too. She's going to be a Baby Shark.
She's 3 months old, so she doesn't understand any of it. She's still at the new part of when we video chat with her. She doesn't quite understand the video chat people talking to her.
It's like my Grams and Pops are in the phone. Like, what's going on?
Now, my older one, she's 8 months old, and she understands it. She hears if my granddaughter's throwing a fit, my daughter just hits the Facebook Messenger thing, and she hears the deep, 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 and she instantly quits crying because she knows she's calling grandma.
Oh.
So
she's already spoiled.
Okay. Let's see here. Arkansas noob sellers, LOL. I've already sold more this month, fourth quarter, than any other month this year. Christmas items already flying out. That's good.
We sell Christmas all year long.
All year round. Yeah, exactly. Underrated. I love this time of year. Let's see here. Underrated. I dress up any chance I get, honestly, not just for Halloween.
Oh my God.
Corey, what are you going to dress up for this year for Halloween?
Just me.
At the axe throwing, you got to dress up something.
I did as like a scary clown there.
Yep.
One year, but I try to really avoid the people there, so they wouldn't know if I was dressed up anyway. Like it was exciting in the beginning, and it was kind of fun because it was a new business. But
he doesn't like people.
It gets way too people-y in there, like way too people-y.
You gotta go back to the closet and just kind of
recharge in the office. Yep,
that's what he does. He starts the rooms for us if it's just him and I, because my daughter hadn't made it to work yet because our daughter works for us. So he'll start the rooms, but
I don't mind
doesn't man them.
Yeah, I don't mind being around people. That's fine. It's just I got to do it in moderation, and then it is draining.
So when you went to the reseller rally, how was that?
I think it was fun.
I loved it.
You loved, but same thing. Tons of people, Corey.
But it's different. It's his type of people.
Ah, gotcha.
It's not random people.
It's not even.
They're like they're all weird, just like me. So
yeah.
It's still extremely exhausting and draining on you, and when you're done, you just want to sleep for a week.
And he did too.
And it definitely is draining, but way more fun. The people that are these college kids and stuff coming in to throw axes are a whole lot different than a reseller who has something in common.
Yeah, true that. So
my kids say that.
True that. True
yes.
that. True that. What's something that your kids say? You're like, what are you like
everything?
The slang? Bet.
Oh, they do bet, and then they do same. Oh, we learn all kinds on our Grams and Pops talks.
The talks, yeah.
We learn all kinds of stuff from our daughter.
I love it. Those are great. Guys, if you don't know what we're talking about, so there's a TikTok, Grams and Pops Talk, right? Or what is it?
Talks
with Grams and Pops.
Yep, with Grams and Pops.
And it's your daughter asking you, I can't remember,
she does all kinds of stuff. So she does interview questions, and then she's gotten to where she's done slang terms and nowadays.
Yeah, that's her channel. Like, she started that on her own. It's completely her channel. It's just she interviews us.
Yep.
as her channel. But
Yeah, because she knows the entertainment value. She knows what's up.
And she's really good. She edits them.
Like,
she edits it 100% on her own. So
it's just her saying, "Look at the special kids."
That's hilarious. Ken was saying, you want to talk inappropriate Halloween? Look no further than Jill. Jill.
I've heard about Jill's.
We need explanation. So when Corey and Teresa met me, they said they will never come back to the rally again.
No, so. I'm not coming back because Roman wouldn't sell me his pants.
Ooh. What kind of pants did you have on, Roman?
I sell
sparkle butt jeans,
and I like sparkle butt jeans. So Rock
you
Revival.
like the Miss Me jeans? Was Roman wearing Miss Me jeans?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, Roman was running around in Rock Revival all weekend, but he wouldn't sell them to me.
Roman in Rock Revival jeans?
Yep.
That is not a Roman thing, I would think.
He had them on all weekend.
Bro, look at you. Rhinestone cowboy. Huh? Interesting. I just wear like whatever Walmart sells, you know, the Wranglers or the
Wranglers or Lee's or whatever.
Yeah, the Lee, whatever is there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Levi Strauss.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever is cheap and got a little bit of stretch.
He wears what I buy.
Exactly. Yeah. So, all right. Next up, number 9, talking about eBay algorithms or glitches on eBay. Over and underrated.
Overrated. Ugh, just go back and do the work.
Yeah.
People spend so much time complaining about the algorithm or eBay did glitch or whatever.
Oh my gosh.
Just get over it.
eBay did a glitch and now my sales are down. No, your sales are down because you're not doing the work.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They are. I've seen eBay do some updates where your sales tank, but I don't know. I don't have any direct number to the CEO at eBay, so I'm just going to keep packing orders and it'll come around. They don't like losing money either.
No.
I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, your sales are down because you have 80% of your items are like Beanie Babies and VHS tapes. You know what I mean? So people don't know what to pick.
I'm a numbers guy, so I'm always looking at my 90 days. I don't. If I looked at my week to week and my day to day numbers every day, I would go insane. I'd quit this job in a
it's stupid
month. I'd be out of here. So as long as my 90 days stay okay, I'm fine.
I struggle watching anybody's. I'm probably horrible, but I struggle watching YouTube channels that's all they do is complain about.
That's all they do. That's all they
Everything.
do.
It makes for attractive YouTube. It's hard for new people doing YouTube to stay out of that rut because that's what YouTube rewards. It's tough. I mean, they reward that negative stuff.
You know, my friend TJ Lovelady that does the Monday Night Drafts with us, he quit posting on YouTube because he's super creative. So he's always coming up with new stuff or whatever. So no one sees it because YouTube wants to put you in a box.
Mm-hmm.
And so none of his stuff ever goes out. So he's just posting on Facebook from now on, which he's getting crazy money on there, which I don't understand. I do not understand how Facebook works with the content reason, but I digress.
Facebook's for old people.
I don't get it.
That's what my kids tell me. Facebook's for old people.
Well, that's what they tell us about eBay too. It's surprising.
eBay's for old people. What are your kids shop at?
Etsy.
Really?
They shop at Etsy and Poshmark and places like that. But we've asked them, would you, under what circumstance would you go to eBay? And they're like, under no circumstance.
Since we started selling on eBay, both of our older 2 kids have both gone to where they start buying stuff on eBay.
But it's because we've advocated for eBay.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
It's crazy how many younger generation they don't even consider.
They don't care.
Mm-mm.
No, they don't even. We need to. I hope it doesn't die with the generation
towards the younger generation.
Oh, it's not
sure.
Someone said that. I don't know. I heard this somewhere that the eBay is going to die with the boomer generation.
The eBay.
Oh, I think I said that the other day.
Did you say? Was it you?
I said that in your chat. I think.
Okay.
Yeah. If eBay has a chance to go away, I think it'll be with the Gen X generation. Once Gen X quits using it, if they don't do something to get the next generations involved in at least using it, I think they're going to be in trouble once our generation fizzles out because our kids aren't using it.
Yeah. And none. You know, I'm a millennial, and so none of my friends use it. Yeah, we have a lot of problems. We've
Is that the Tide Pod generation?
No, that's Gen Z.
Yeah.
That's a disease.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're the 9/11 fake moon,
The flat earthers.
the flat earthers, when was the world was supposed to end in like 2012 or something like that.
And then 2020, and then
Yeah, like all that. Yeah, we're under duress. So, and my therapy reaps all the benefits of it. Yeah. All right, moving on. Number 10, overrated, underrated. Millie Bobby Brown, the actress.
Is that Bobby Brown's daughter?
No.
Oh, I don't know who it is then.
What is she acting in?
She is 11 on
11 on Stranger Things. Gotcha. Yeah. I watched Stranger Things. That's about the only thing that I know that she's in then. So
yeah, I don't know.
So maybe underrated? I don't know.
I've caught like most of the first season, and it looked like she was gonna be kind of a new superpower kick butt girl, so I'll say underrated. But that's all I know.
There you go.
I can't say much about her acting. I didn't watch much of it.
I can't remember. She's in I saw another movie. She was in Sherlock Holmes. She was like Sherlock Holmes's like little sister or something like that.
Oh, Enola Holmes or whatever.
Yeah. That was okay.
That's actually pretty good. Was that her?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was her.
Yeah, underrated. She was good at that.
Yeah, she was good. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. That concludes overrated, underrated. We're at an hour. You guys still good to go? We got Skip or Flip coming up. We're good? Okay. Next segment of the show, Skip or Flip, we're going to show you 3 different items that recently sold on eBay. And in your opinion, if you see them in a garage sale, thrift store, or what have you, you let me know if you would skip it or flip it, okay? And I'm only going to show you pictures.
All
right. First item up we have here. And chat, if you want to play, you can play with us as well. We have here this little toy.
Oh,
we know what those are.
I know what that is. I'd flip it.
I know some of these words. It's got 570G on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the front looks like. It's kind of like what would you describe it, Teresa, for the people listening at home?
It's a Bakugan.
It's a Bakugan. Are you sure?
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
It's a Bakugan.
I'm going to call that a Bakugan.
Okay. What were you thinking?
It's a round ball.
Round ball.
Turns into a little character.
Peach ball, orange stripes. That's what we'll call it.
Okay. What are you thinking? Are you skipping or are you flipping?
Oh, I'd flip it. I flip.
Well,
all the time.
You got to realize we sell a lot of $4 stuff, but
Corey would walk past.
These are like all these are going to be like super obvious. You know, like
he would skip it.
I think it's around the $12 range, and we would. I know we would flip that. So
okay, how much would you be willing? So you think this will sell for how much?
I'm guessing probably in that $12 range.
Between $10 and $15, depending on which one it is.
10 or $15. Okay, and you would pay how much for it?
25 cents top.
25 cents. Now, have you found these for 25 cents? And
all the time.
We bought lots of them for like bundles of them for about $5. So.
I can't say that exact one, but yeah, we have some in the store. We just sold 2 of them the other day.
One went international.
Yep.
Ooh, I know a lot of them. When I was doing research, a lot of them go to like Poland.
That's where mine went.
Yep.
Yeah, when I was doing research, I was like sent to Poland.
Yeah, that's where mine went.
Huh. Okay.
I've never seen that one though. Most of the ones I seem to get are green, black, and purple.
Okay. All right. Let's see what the chat is saying. Roman is flipping in his Miss Me jeans, and let's see here. Nerdy Picker is flipping as well. So okay. All right. So you're paying $25, hopefully flipping for $12.
That's what we're hoping for.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So this Bakugan recently sold on eBay for $650.
Holy cow!
That
must be an original gen.
So this is the Bakugan Battle Brawlers B1 Subterra Silenoid 570G original extremely rare. That's what
Wow.
it says. So it does look like a Cyclops.
I would try very hard not to sell that one for $12.
Yes. So
Yeah.
So this is something that, I mean, this stands out because all of them are usually like dragons and stuff, right?
That's a different one. Most of them are dragons or some kind of animal like that.
Yeah, it definitely is a little different.
I would not have guessed $650 though.
Mm-mm.
Did that one go to Poland too?
I don't think this one went to Poland. But
that's awesome.
So next time you see this at a thrift store,
yes, we'll give us 50 cents for that one. I ain't even gonna play.
Who would pay $650 for this?
You would be surprised.
Well,
I mean that's crazy.
The Polish, apparently.
Yes, the Polish, the Polish. Right next to it. I was gonna say something else. I was like, I don't know if that's like
politically correct.
Politically correct. So I withstood my statement. All right, next one up, guys. We have here. Next thing, let me know if you would skip it or flip it. We have here these little. I don't even know what these are, so I can't explain.
That looks like Tupperware.
Tupperware. It does say Tupperware on the back.
Okay.
Tupperware 1450-31.
You know how hard it is not to go Google that? I'm a Tupperware person, so
you can't Google it.
I'm trying to figure out what the top things are.
What would that be?
They look like little spoons.
It almost looks like it's like a lemon ball, like a melon baller.
Yes, it does look like a melon baller.
I've never seen one, and I think we've seen most Tupperware.
I have.
So I'm gonna say flip it, just because I haven't seen it.
Me too.
Okay.
I steal them from Kevin. So.
What are you paying for these, Corey?
Normally it'd be $1.
Yeah,
probably for the set of them, we'd probably do $1.
Okay. And what do you think it's selling for?
Now after the Bakugan, now I want to say like lots of money, but I'd say most Tupperware is like $15.
Yeah, I'm still sub 20. I'm in that $15 to $18 range, but it's rare. I think it's fairly rare. I don't know what it is, so.
What Jill is saying.
I'm gonna shoot for the moon and say 40.
Not only is Grams flipping, she's gonna do a yard sale, reach around to steal it.
Jeez. Yes, she will.
I will.
Roman's flipping, and Nerdy Picker saying, "I'll skip because this bores me."
Tupperware is so easy though. They give you the number. All you gotta do is type it in, and the listing's done. It's so easy to list.
But you have to stay with the old stuff. The new stuff that you can still buy, you don't want to do because nobody wants that. They can go to a dealer and get that.
Okay, so you both you're flipping this.
Yep.
I'm saying buy $1, sell for 40. You're saying sub 20.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So these little Tupperware doodads recently sold on eBay for took a best offer of less than $5.
Olive spoon, pickle,
spork.
A fork, pick, spoon.
Well, see, that's just a bad reseller. He sold them too cheap.
Too cheap.
I don't know what they like. I've never seen those before.
Olive, spork, pickle, onion, fork, pick, spoon. A lot of two. So
see, I'm not deterred here. I was wrong, but I'm not deterred. I would still buy them. I wouldn't spend $1 on them, but you could build a Tupperware bundle with these.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
You could add them
if I could find some other olive and onion-esque Tupperware.
No, it said it said pickle.
Roman says still flipping.
The pickle jar. The pickle storage container.
Oh, that one hurt.
Yeah, that one was
All right, so there you go, guys. One flip, one skip. 1 and 1. So here we go. All right, last one. Hope you guys are ready. This is a good one. Here we got. This is the Stanley Cup.
The Bell Bottom Country.
Bell Bottom Country.
Lainey Wilson, which I'm guessing that's a country singer.
Watermelon Moonshine.
I don't know crap about Stanley Cups.
That's her right there.
Yeah, she's a country singer, isn't she?
Is she really tiny, or is that a large cup?
It's a large cup. It's huge.
Thought we were like little people.
It's like this. It's like as big as this.
Okay.
I
This
It's
one-
brand
What are your
new, right?
thoughts? It's brand new. What are your thoughts, Grams? What are you thinking? What's that brain of yours working?
my
What's it say?
instinct would be to skip it.
Skip it,
Mm-hmm.
just because like who's
I
buying a
think we're
cup?
gonna be. Yeah, I think we're gonna be wrong. I want to say skip it too, but I think because it's sponsored, it's probably one that will go for more. But I think I would walk by it.
I think
You
I
would just be like,
I would
"I'm not
probably.
buying."
Well, I'd look it up, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about Stanley, and I know we bought some, but we've never listed it.
If I'm being completely honest, if I was gonna do anything, I'd pick it up off the table and say, "Grams, look this up."
Well, your phone's not working, Pops.
So you have to just go off instinct.
I'd
I don't know.
skip it.
I would skip it.
I
You
would.
would skip it? Okay.
Yep.
Even with old Lainey Wilson drinking out of this cup?
Yeah, because I don't know.
Yeah,
who
because
she
I
is.
don't know who she is.
You've heard you've not heard the song Watermelon Moonshine?
Yeah, I have heard that song.
I don't think I do.
Is that like
That's
I
her
don't
song.
listen to twang.
You don't listen.
Watermelon
What
Sugar
what kind
Pie?
of no, that's a different one.
That's
Okay, maybe I don't- maybe I
have
haven't.
not heard
No.
it then.
What do you guys not listen to country music in South Dakota?
we're too busy selling stuff, right?
No, I don't listen. I haven't listened to country music since I was in high school.
No, we don't listen to a lot of. Not a lot.
What kind of music do you guys listen to?
I listen to 90s on 9, 80s on 8, and Pop 2K.
What do you mean 90s on 9, 80s
Those
on
are
8?
stations on Sirius XM satellite
Okay,
radio.
gotcha.
90s
So
music.
90s music, 80s music, and then current pop type music.
Okay, gotcha. Listen to some country, Teresa. You might like it.
Old stuff, so I can listen to old stuff. Bring out some Garth Brooks, bring out some Kenny Chesney, bring out some Reba McEntire. I can listen to that all day long. This new
Okay.
stuff that's out, that is not country music.
It's pop music.
It's pop. Yeah, it's like pop country.
Yeah.
My kids
Yeah.
listen to it, so
Well, there you go. Let's see what are they doing. Roman's flipping, Jill's flipping. The Stanley tumblers are good, at least most of them. The nerdy picker is saying
collab.
flip. Stanley is a good brand with a collab. I'll say flip. All right. So
With
this
proof
Stanley
that-
cup just recently sold on eBay for $279.
I almost had to bleep myself.
It's a good thing
Thought-
we didn't need the money.
That's insane. And odds are the only reason it went for that is because it was a collab with.
Correct. They're
Yeah.
still expensive, but
Are Stanleys that expensive?
Yes.
no,
Not that
no,
expensive.
they're cheap.
No,
They're
I
like
mean-
$50,
Okay.
Yeah, $50.
but
'Cause I
they're
know dressed up Stanley mugs before, like the tumblers.
see,
That's
200
insane.
and up.
I mean, we've
But that's the same thing. That's the same thing. That right there is the same thing as picking up Starbucks cups. To me, that's the
Correct.
same thing. And we pick them up, and I've sold a few of them, but
that's a category we don't know a lot about, but apparently we probably should learn a little bit about it.
I sold a Stanley
walk by.
Starbucks cup.
oh,
That-
Starbucks, Stanley makes Starbucks cups.
They had a special like release,
Oh, really?
and I stood in line, and they had two, and they were only sold at the Starbucks in a Target.
Oh,
it was
really?
just
Oh, we
it was
have one
this
of those.
exact it was this exact one, and I think I sold it for like $100. Yeah,
How much did you
Nice.
pay for it?
like
Like
40.
20, 30.
See, we've only ever, and we didn't even stand in line for it. We went to the movie, the very disappointing movie, Dungeons and Dragons.
I like that movie.
No, there was only one dragon.
Yeah, you can't tell me I didn't like the movie.
You can't make it plural if you're only going to show one dragon.
See, that's my point. I was very disappointed, but we picked up one of the plastic dragon head popcorn thing.
Ooh, like an AMC theater.
No, this was just a
Small
I don't know, our
hometown
small
theater.
hometown theater.
Yeah,
Most of the
Cinemark.
AMCs and stuff were selling like the tin ones, but our movie theater happened to have plastic dragon head ones, and
That's
we picked them
cool.
up and sold one for $150,
Well,
and then picked up another one at a garage sale and sold it for roughly the same amount.
I think we put that one at $200 because I didn't want to sell it, and then it sold anyway at
Yep.
$200.
And it was a popcorn bucket?
Yep.
Did it look like this? Just trying to picture what it looked like. Was this
giant
it?
plastic?
Yep.
That's the one. We sold 2 of those.
That's
one
cool.
with the dragon head and the 2 cups that came from the movie theater sold for 200. That one sold for 250.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
And
Look,
then
they
the
even put
dragon
the
head
dice
itself.
in the.
Oh, we didn't do that.
Yeah, we
That's-
didn't do that. We just the bucket head by itself, and we also sold the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle plastic,
We did.
like barrel.
It was a
The
TNT.
ooze.
Popcorn bucket.
Yeah, the
ooze
ooze.
barrel.
Yep.
We sold that one too. So
That's awesome. It looks like your theater has some cool popcorn buckets.
they always get the good ones. They
There's-
don't get the cheaper tin ones and stuff. They get the good ones.
No, it's a small theater. It's a 2-screen theater.
Oh, that's so cool.
And so it's teeny tiny. They have movies like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, and there's not a big rush for them. So usually we can go up there and buy one for every person I can convince to go with us.
Yep.
Because they'll only let you buy one per person. So
It's like, hey, come with me so I can get this popcorn bucket.
Yep.
We've done that.
that's exactly right.
That's funny. All right. Well, guys, there you have it. Thank you so much for playing Skip or Flip. That was fun. We learned a little something today, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially
Watch out
with the
for
Bakugan.
Can't stand it.
Exactly. But all right, guys. Well, guys, thank you all so much for coming on. Appreciate each and every one of you guys, especially the people in the chat. So, for the people that may not know you and where to find you, let us know.
Grams of Pops Vintage. You can find us on gramsofpopsvintage.com. You can find us on Grams of Pops Vintage on YouTube, on Instagram, and on Facebook.
There you go.
And on
There you
eBay.
go. And on eBay. That's right. So I do want to ask one question I always leave with this. What are some goals for resellers that you guys have this year and in personal life that you want to achieve within the year?
Not to kill my husband.
That's a good
Yeah.
personal goal. I like
Yeah.
that one.
That's
I like
always
that.
my personal goal.
Not to be killed by Grams. is a
That's
good-
every year, right? 23 years strong.
We renew it every January as a
Every January.
New Year's resolution. Yeah.
I love it.
What do you do?
I think one of mine is just to learn a new category. I love learning new categories. I love doing the research. So
I think my favorite part of this job is the learning.
Learning.
About things that are interesting. So if you're halfway curious, this is an awesome job. But in terms of reselling itself, I think we would like. I mean, we have some number goals that don't mean anything to anybody, but I would think we would like to increase the size of our business by probably 20% over the next year.
That's a
Pops'
good goal.
goal is to buy stuff and
list
clean it.
Clean it.
Clean it. He buys stuff that needs cleaning, but then he doesn't ever want to clean it. So
What,
he
like
just-
shoes and stuff, or what?
golf clubs,
Hats.
Golf clubs.
hats.
I've stopped buying hats. I've completely put myself
Unless
on a
they're
hat
brand new.
freeze.
Yeah. Yeah, because they could get nasty.
And
What
I
do you,
haven't figured out if
OxyClean?
We tried doing the whole OxyClean and Dawn dish soap, and
Nothing?
No.
they actually a couple of them just turned to mush.
Ugh,
They weren't good. So
We
The
watched
foam.
somebody. Who did we watch?
we just watched
Sarnak?
a cleaning video. No, there's a hat company that did a hat cleaning video that I just watched today. That looks interesting. I'm gonna try.
Grandma's
stain and spot remover, and then
Yeah.
throw it in the actual washing machine,
Huh.
which seems a little
That
only
seems a
for
little
hats
dangerous.
that aren't
seems a
old.
little ballsy to me. I wouldn't do it with a trucker hat, but for a normal cap, maybe.
Even then, if they're made out of wool or something, they're going to shrink.
Yep, it ain't gonna be good on them, I don't think. But
Yeah.
the ones I have,
Are his
if
personal
I can't get them
hats.
cleaned up, they're going in the garbage anyway. So I'm gonna give it a shot.
Okay. That's good. That's good.
So-
All right, guys. Well, thank you all so much for coming on. I appreciate you guys. Teresa and Corey, thank you so
Thanks
much.
for having us.
Thanks for having us. It
Yes.
was fun.
Yeah, this was fun.
Isn't
Thank
it
you all so
amazing? An
much.
hour goes by so fast.
Like that. Like that. Like that. All right, guys. Well, again, thank you all so much. If you're listening or watching, make sure you subscribe, like, all that good stuff. And like always, my name is Ray.
Pops.
Grams.
And we'll catch
Absolutely.
you guys on the flip
can't-
side.
you can't
See y'all.
The heck?
See you
Take
guys.
care. What'd you say, Corey?
He said hasta la vista. He can't say that.
You
That's
say
fine.
it. Say it, Teresa.
Hasta la vista,
There you go.
baby.